Ladies and gentlemen, they hurt you, they lied, they betrayed you, and they thought you would break. But here you are, still standing, and perhaps, just perhaps, you are stronger than you've ever been. We all know pain. We've all felt the sting of betrayal, the weight of disappointment, and in those moments when rage courses through your veins, when vengeance whispers its sweet poison in your ear, you have a choice. You can let their actions define you, or you can rise beyond them, because the best revenge is no revenge at all. Stay with me, because by the end of this you will understand a truth that will set you free. Silence is power. In a world where noise is currency, where everyone rushes to defend, to retaliate, to be heard above the rest, silence stands as an enigma. It unsettles. It disrupts. It commands attention in ways that words never could. There is a certain strength in saying nothing at all, in letting your actions, your success, and your unshakable presence do all the talking. When people hurt you, their intention is not always to destroy you, but to provoke a reaction. They want your energy, your anger, your suffering. They feed off it because it gives them significance. The moment you react in fury or bitterness, you hand them control. You allow them to dictate the terms of your emotions. But when you refuse to engage, when you meet hostility with calm, when you respond to insult with indifference, you render them powerless. There is no greater defeat for those who wish to see you broken than your unwavering poise. Imagine two warriors facing each other in battle. One is reckless, driven by rage, swinging wildly, losing his footing, burning himself out. The other stands still, patient, unshaken, calculating every move. Who do you think wins? Power belongs to those who know when to hold their ground, when to act, and most importantly, when not to act. Not every battle requires a sword. Some battles are won simply by refusing to step onto the battlefield. Some will mistake silence for weakness. They will push harder, throw words meant to cut deep, hoping to break your composure. Let them. For it is not your job to correct every misconception, nor is it your duty to prove yourself to those who have already decided to misunderstand you. The greatest mistake you can make is thinking that everyone deserves an explanation. They don't. Let your silence remind them that their words hold no weight. Let your success remind them that their opinions have no bearing on your destiny. There is immense power in knowing that you owe no response to those who wish you harm. Some people will spend their whole lives trying to pull you down because they cannot rise themselves. They will twist your words, manipulate your kindness, and test your patience, all in the hopes of making you as miserable as they are. Do not give them the satisfaction. They do not deserve your anger, your sorrow, or even your acknowledgement. There is no justice in trading your peace for their chaos. People who understand their worth do not fight every battle. They do not entertain every insult. They do not waste energy on those who contribute nothing to their growth. Instead, they redirect that energy into building something greater, into improving, into mastering themselves. And when the world finally looks up, they do not see someone who crumbled under pressure, but someone who rose so high that the noise beneath them became irrelevant. Pain is inevitable. Whether it comes from betrayal, disappointment, or loss, it will visit all of us at some point. But suffering, that is a choice. Some people will spend years reliving the same pain, carrying the same wounds, letting it define them long after the moment has passed. And yet, there are others, those who take that pain and forge something extraordinary from it, those who understand that every scar is not a mark of weakness, but of survival. What if, instead of letting pain consume you, you allowed it to fuel you? What if, instead of seeking revenge, you sought greatness? What if the very thing meant to break you became the very thing that made you unstoppable? Some of the most successful people in the world have suffered immense betrayal, ridicule, and loss, and yet they refused to let their past dictate their future. They understood that pain could either be an anchor or a launch. The choice was always theirs. When someone wrongs you, the instinct to retaliate is natural. It burns inside, demanding action, urging you to even the score. But think, who truly suffers in this exchange? Does the person who hurt you lose sleep over your anger? or do they move on while you remain trapped in a cycle of resentment? Anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. It does not destroy them, it destroys you. The world is filled with people who will betray, deceive, and disappoint. That is beyond your control. But what is within your control is how you respond. You can let their actions define you, or you can use them as a lesson. Every painful experience is a teacher, every betrayal a redirection, every disappointment a test of your strength. If you choose to learn rather than to lash out, if you choose to grow rather than to grieve, you turn pain into power. Strength is not in vengeance, it is in resilience. It is in the ability to walk away, to build despite the ruins, to move forward when every part of you wants to stay trapped in the past. True power lies in rising so far above those who sought to break you that they become a mere shadow in your journey. There is no greater revenge than showing the world that nothing, not lies, not betrayal, not failure, can keep you from becoming everything you were meant to be. There will come a day when those who wronged you will look at you and realize that they never had power over you, that their words, their actions, their betrayal did not destroy you but refined you. And in that moment, when they see that you have not just survived but thrived, they will know that the greatest mistake they ever made was thinking that they could break someone who was destined to rise. Mastery over oneself is the highest form of power. It is not wealth, not fame, not influence that makes a person truly formidable. It is the ability to control the one thing that dictates every decision, every reaction, every step forward or backward: emotion. The moment you allow someone to dictate your emotions, you hand them control over your life. The moment you let anger cloud your judgment, let fear halt your progress, or let pain define your future, you become a prisoner of the very thing you should command. Imagine standing before a storm. The wind howls, the rain lashes against your skin, the sky rumbles with fury. You have two choices: fight the storm, scream into the wind, curse the heavens, or stand tall, unshaken, knowing that storms pass and the sky always clears. Life is filled with storms. People will push your buttons, test your patience, attempt to shake your foundation. The weak react, the strong remain still, calculating, knowing that power does not lie in reckless retaliation, but in disciplined restraint. A person who is easily provoked is easily controlled. The world is filled with those who thrive on reaction. They seek to manipulate through words, through actions, through deception, all to pull you into their chaos. The only way to win is not to play their game. The ability to walk away, to maintain your composure, to decide when and if someone deserves a response. That is power. There is no greater victory than meeting insult with indifference, hostility with calm, betrayal with success. There will always be those who test you. Some will come with kind faces and hidden knives. Some will throw stones and wait to see if you throw them back. Do not be so easily moved. Do not let them pull you into the storm when you were born to command the sky. Every moment you spend consumed by anger is a moment lost in building something greater. Every time you give in to pettiness, you take a step away from the life you should be creating. The ones who master themselves, who rise above the noise, who remain focused while others are distracted, those are the ones who shape the world. There is no need to seek revenge when success itself is the loudest answer. The people who wrong you expect you to stay wounded. They expect you to dwell, to fall, to be consumed by the weight of what they did. What they never expect is for you to rise so high that they become irrelevant. There is no greater silence than being so far ahead that those who once hurt you are left behind, watching, unable to reach you, unable to touch the life you built beyond their grasp. Do not waste energy explaining yourself to those who have already chosen to misunderstand you. Do not lower yourself to fight battles that have no meaning. The greatest insult to those who wished for your downfall is your success, your peace, your unwavering spirit. Imagine their confusion when they see that their betrayal did not break you but fueled you, that their words did not wound you but strengthened your resolve, that their attempts to hold you back only propelled you forward. People measure success in different ways. Some believe it is wealth, others believe it is recognition. But true success is freedom. The freedom to live life on your terms, to wake up without regret, to move forward without looking over your shoulder. It is knowing that nothing from the past has power over you unless you allow it. It is understanding that no one, no matter how cruel, how deceptive, how ruthless, can stop you from becoming everything you were meant to be. There will come a day when those who doubted you will see you thrive. There will come a day when those who betrayed you will see you unshaken. And when that day arrives, they will realize that their greatest mistake was ever thinking they had power over you. The moment you decide that nothing will shake your peace, that nothing will deter your path, that no betrayal, no insult, no setback will define your future, that is the moment you become untouchable. Rise so high that their words become whispers in the wind. Build so strong that their actions fade into insignificance. Live so fully that their presence in your past feels like a distant memory, unworthy of your time, your thoughts, your energy. Let them watch as you move forward, unstoppable, unbothered, free. There is no revenge greater than that. Anger is a heavy burden. People carry it for years, gripping it like a weapon, believing it will somehow serve them, believing it will even the scales. But anger is a double-edged blade. It wounds you as much as it was meant to wound another. Some carry bitterness like armor, convinced it protects them from further harm, unaware that it only locks them inside a cage of their own making. The weight of resentment is not carried by the one who caused the pain. It is carried by the one who refuses to let it go. There is a difference between remembering and reliving. To remember is to acknowledge what happened, to take the lesson and to move forward. To relive is to remain trapped, to play the same scene over and over in your mind, to let it dictate every step, every decision, every moment of your present. People become prisoners of their past, allowing those who hurt them to continue having power long after the moment has passed. They build their identity around their wounds, believing that without them they are nothing. But there is more to life than pain. There is more to you than the things that happen to you. Forgiveness is not about weakness, nor is it about excusing what was done. It is about reclaiming your energy. It is about refusing to let someone else's actions define the rest of your life. People think letting go means surrender, but it is the opposite. It is the most powerful thing you can do because it means you are no longer controlled by what happened. When you release resentment, you are not setting them free, you are setting yourself free. There are people who wake up every day carrying the same anger they held years ago. They talk about it, think about it, let it shape the way they see the world, and yet the person who caused the pain is nowhere to be found. That person has moved on, continued with life, perhaps unaware or indifferent to the damage they caused. Meanwhile, the one who was wronged remains stuck. But why give them that power? Why let them live rent-free in your mind? Why allow them to steal one more second of your life? What is taken cannot always be restored. What is done cannot always be undone. But the choice to move forward is always in your hands. People think the past has a grip on them, but they are the ones holding on. Pain has no chains, no ropes. It only has the power you give it. The moment you decide that it no longer serves you, that it no longer has a place in your life, it loses its strength. The hardest lesson to learn is that not everyone who hurts you will apologize. Not everyone will acknowledge their wrongdoing. Some will never change. Some will continue in their ways without a second thought. Waiting for closure is like waiting for a locked door to open itself. The only way forward is to stop knocking and build a new path. Life is too short to live in the shadows of the past. Time does not wait. Every second spent in bitterness is a second stolen from joy, from growth, from the future that is still unwritten. People waste years in anger, and then one day they look back and realize they never truly lived. They were so focused on what went wrong that they missed everything that was going right. There is no justice in giving more years to something that should have only lasted a moment. There is no victory in allowing your past to dictate your present. No betrayal, no loss, no pain can define you unless you allow it. Some believe their story has already been written, that the chapters are closed, that their pain is the final sentence in a book they never wanted to read. But a story is only finished when the writer stops writing. Every single day is a blank page, a chance to change the narrative, to take the pen back from those who tried to write your ending. The past is a chapter, not the whole book. The mistake is believing that because something bad happened, nothing good can come next. Life is constantly moving, constantly evolving. What seems like an end is often just a shift in direction. People spend too much time mourning what they lost instead of seeing what remains. Too much time looking at closed doors instead of noticing the open ones ahead. The truth is, not every loss is a loss. Some things are taken away to make space for something greater. Some people walk out so the right ones can walk in. Some betrayals are not meant to break you, but to teach you what to never accept again. The pain that seemed unbearable once will one day be the very thing that shaped you into someone unshakable. There will come a day when you look back and realize that what once felt like the end was just the beginning. There will come a day when the wounds will no longer sting, when the people who hurt you will no longer matter, when you will stand stronger than you ever thought possible. And when that day comes, you will know that nothing, not betrayal, not loss, not pain, ever had the power to define you. You were always meant for more. Whatever happened to you, whoever wronged you, it is not the end of your story. It is only a chapter, and the beauty of life is that you hold the pen. Write your next chapter with wisdom, with strength, and with purpose, because nothing, absolutely nothing, hurts those who hurt you more than seeing you rise above them. So go, live well, love deeply, succeed beyond their wildest imagination, and most importantly, be so happy, so unshaken, so at peace that they can't stand it. Because that, my friends, is the best revenge.